quantity over quality in terms of socials. She came in and went, just done a reel on Instagram. It flopped. You've not done one for weeks. She went, no, it's taken me a bit of time. I'm like, I'll give you an example of what we do. 2 or 3 a day, is it?
Yeah, 2 a day.
You need some level of quality. But I'm not in this camp of, it's got to be the best ever.
If we posted one TikTok every month,
We wouldn't get anything from it.
and you wouldn't know what was going to do well and what wasn't going to do well.
We hit some flop, and we go again. The more you put out, the more you learn. Once something sticks, do more of that. But you've got to put the quantity out in the initial stages to get the learnings.
You're not popular.
And this is honestly his response. I'm the f***ing manager. I'm not in here again.
Everybody get your pitchfork.
That is how you deal with a predicament which is going to annoy a customer. I can't believe the amount of people that are blaming minimum wage as a reason why people aren't doing their job.
I still don't know really where I land on it.
Unless you are a massive brand with a massive community or waiting to hear from you, you have to put out a shed load of content. Hello, Michael, and welcome to The Fame Marketer. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
That's very professional of me, wasn't it?
I've done one podcast today, so I'm in the zone.
Producer Mike. Found Nick's hat. The future is good.
Is it?
Probably not, but
No, you said you need to be more positive.
yeah, it's f***ing great. Future's great. Okay, what's been going on?
Not much. Just, use
Yeah.
some more high quality, stellar content from me on TikTok.
Wow, we've had a few comments on TikTok,
A
haven't we?
handful.
We've had a few.
A few handfuls.
I would say those that work in co-op stores, I'm probably one of the most hated people in their life currently.
Ever.
Yeah.
They're going to have your poster up like the petrol station.
I'm baffled as to why people think it's acceptable for bad customer service because people are on minimum wage. And actually, that's a topic in itself. But, this is a marketing podcast, and here we talk about all things marketing.
Apart from when we don't.
Apart from when we don't. But marketing this week, and what's really frustrating is I came in with a topic, and then we got a bit sidetracked, didn't we? Because someone was in our room, which we're sat in now.
Maybe now forgot what it is.
And I genuinely, Mike, can't for the life of me remember.
You're hoping if you keep speaking, it'll come back.
Yeah, I'm hoping that will just appear in my brain. But right now,
It's not.
it's blank, which is really frustrating. I can't figure out why. So what do you want to talk about today in the world of marketing?
We had a great topic.
We did, and it's annoyed me because I've been thinking about it all day, and now it's gone, which has
Sorry about that.
peed me off a bit.
Is it anything to do with our Rupert stuff? Is it leads or?
I'm running some Facebook ads at the moment, and the volume of people who are on a different planet.
Is it high? What do you think the percentage of people on this planet to another planet is?
Well, those that are in the space cadets, I would say are. For those that I actually get hold of, God, it's probably 60, 70%. I've just had one guy, Murray, who had a call booked in for 5:15. Bear in mind, I've been texting going, you ready for our call demo? So I've rebooked it twice, rescheduled it twice. And he's just cancelled it at 5:15. And this was the reason for it. So just give you an idea of what I have to deal with every day. Cancellation reason on Calendly. Victim of a romance scam. No longer needed. Brilliant. Cheers, mate.
Is that them trying to be funny or is that like an actual?
Honestly, I then had this earlier from Karen. Hi, James. I can't speak just now as I have a neurologic disorder, but as soon as I'm able to speak again, I'll arrange a time.
That's like a brain thing, isn't it? Mad.
So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with.
A lot of frogs.
A lot of frogs, Michael. A lot of frogs.
I liked that. Sometimes you come up with like a good like turn of phrase when you're on the vlog and you were like, I've been kissing a lot of frogs, but where is my Prince Charming?
I'm just a lyrical genius. Me and
so often
I come up with the trumps, but I have just remembered what we're going to talk about.
That's perfect. Oh,
Nice.
don't forget. Don't make a because I don't know what it is still yet. So you've got to get it out while you remember.
Ears in or ears out?
What? Oh, I always have that issue.
You got bigger ears than me. Right. Anyway, so This is what we're going to talk about today. I'm ready now. I'm
Okay.
TJ from Recess ready.
Locked in.
A little reference there. TJ from Recess.
I remember Recess.
TJ. Anyway,
He the main
Is-
kid.
say again.
He the main kid.
Yeah, the main boy. Gus Griswold was my
Or
favourite.
like, did Arnold have a backwards cap or was he a forwards cap?
No, he was forward, but a really tiny one with Vince, his friend. Anyway, right, we're going off a tangent. Anyway, right. So, Laura Driver came over to speak to me earlier.
Shout out.
Startup business. She's built a product. She's selling it one a day on average, which is great. And she wants some help. Okay. And
Who do they come to? The guru.
they come to James. But that's not, this has got nothing to do with what I'm trying to say now.
Oh, that was a misdirect.
It's a misdirect. But she came in and went, oh, I've just done a reel on Instagram. It flopped. And I went, what do you mean? She went, oh, I've just done one reel. I've copied someone that's done really well, and I've just basically copied that. And I'm like, so I looked at the reel, and it's a good reel. Actually, it'd be perfect for paid. I said, you need to put some paid behind that. She boosted it. I said, don't boost it. I can't ads manager. What's ads manager anyway? Right, I digress. And I said, you've not done one for weeks or 2 weeks. She went, oh, no, it's taken me a bit of time. I'm like, Laura, like, you can't do one every 2 weeks. Like, you're trying to grow a brand here. I said, look, I'll give you an example of what we do. Pulled up our TikTok channel. She's like, how often are these going out? I'm like, without looking at the schedule, 2 or 3 a day, is it? Something like that?
Was it for the fake marker?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 a day.
2 a day. She's like, oh my God. So what I want to speak about today is quantity over quality in terms of socials.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm of the belief that you need some level of quality, but I'm not in this camp of, oh, it's got to be the best ever, because as Laura's just found out there, it's not flop, but she's got like 8 likes. It's no good. But from an organic perspective, she needs to be putting out 3 a day, 2 a day. Because some hit, like look at our TikTok channel. We hit some flop, and we go again. So where are you with it, Michael?
Yeah, I agree. I think you can only be like a certain type of person where
But are you quantity, are you quality? You can't sit on the fence here. You can't
No,
leave
I'd
with...
say I'm quantity. I mean, I think there's some people who can probably get away with quality, like, but I think you'd have to be a certain type of creator where you've already got like a big audience, and then people are happy to wait for like, you know, a longer time. Like if you're like I don't know, some sort of celebrity or whatever. Like what's his face, Casey Neistat,
Casey Neistat.
because he's like. He obviously had like daily videos, but then he had like bigger ones that were every so often. And like he could get away with posting like once every like 3 months because people like know who he is. But like if you're just Joe Schmo, me or you, it's like...
Or the fake marketer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if we posted one TikTok every month, it's a bit of a waste of time.
We wouldn't get anything from it.
And you wouldn't know what was going to do well and what wasn't going to do well.
100%.
Because we've gone for the sort of throw everything at the wall and see what will stick type thing.
Well, you're learning, aren't you? The more quality, the more you put out, the more you learn. And you've had some learnings recently, haven't you? Mm-hmm. I think you're figuring out, aren't you, a little bit?
I'm slowly, because I think sometimes it's a bit random where you feel like, why did this get views and this one didn't get views? But and the more times you get ones where they get views, you can sort of, you have a little scatter graph, but then you put like the line through it and you're like, what's the common denominator here? Do you know what I'm on about with the scatter graph?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's like there's like loads of dots everywhere and you can't really see what the thing is, but then when you put a line, you're like, oh, see the trend.
And you figured that trend out?
Well, kind of. It's like I've tried to go for sort of like the title thing that we put in the middle of it. I've tried to make it kind of a bit tasty, a bit edgy. like with the co-op ones, like I could have put like man complains about co-op, but I put like rude staff are ruining customer service or like something like that, and I was like, you know, that as an initial thing probably gets people to be like, I don't agree with that, and then or like the this versus that. So we had rude co-op staff ignores customers, and then the other one I think is rude staff are killing retail.
Strong line, that.
Yeah, so I've tried to like, it's easier with certain topics than it is with others. but for the most part, it's like I've tried to make them
See,
a bit punchy.
So I think you made a mistake with the muff liquor.
Why?
I think you should have spelled liquor, Licker.
I didn't want it to get blocked by TikTok.
I don't think it would have, and you should have then put like a little emoji.
So you can't put emojis on those.
No, you can't.
Not on the way, because I do that in Opus.
Okay.
You can't put it in the text box. You can put it like around it. You can't just put it in it. But I get what you mean. But yeah, I've tried, and to be fair, Opus is, every time I use Opus now, I think they constantly are updating it. So like with some videos, I'm not really doing much to them at all. But some of the original co-op one, where you were telling the story of how you went to the co-op, you were getting a couple of beef burgers, blah blah blah. I've like specifically edited this to kind of tell the whole story in a way that makes sense.
There's that guy, 201005, who's a co-op manager.
So you're deleting comments.
What is interesting though, Elvin, on Spotify, she actually replied earlier, the big girl.
Shout out. No, that's not the girl.
It is.
No, it isn't.
Oh.
That's a different girl.
Oh, yeah.
I favorited. I bookmarked the girl that we had. This girl, Bonnie.
Has she put any?
It's one of the 2Ks. And so, for anyone listening who won't understand anything about this, I found on complete accident that people in the comments were tagging this account. They were tagging Bonnie Madison with a little alien face. And just because it has an alien after it, I thought, oh, this is just like spam accounts. And I clicked on it, and then I saw James's little face with a 72K next to it, and I was like, hold the phone. So we've had our first piece of reactive content. You're not popular.
No, but she's had nearly 3,000 likes there. Yeah, it didn't go down very well, but I'm sorry.
I get what you mean. I think because I know you, so obviously I know that you just got annoyed by it. But I think if this is their first introduction of you and they think this guy's just gone to the co-op and started screaming the place down,
I didn't scream the place. Well, I did.
No, but you know what I mean. They're going to think you're a nutter.
Well, look, before we go on to that, because I've got another experience on the weekend.
Oh God.
I have two experiences, good and bad. Both weren't very nice, but one dealt with it in such a nice way. You as a customer go, that is what it is.
Made up for it.
But in terms of quality versus quantity, I don't care what anyone says. Unless you are a massive brand with a massive community or waiting to hear from you, you have to put out a shed load of content. And the easiest way to do it is to film stuff and put it into something like Opus. There's no other way. Like, we've just filmed something for someone as a favour in the Warwickshire area, and you're going to put it into Opus, and apart from the recording bit, it's going to take you, an hour? Boom, you've got 30 clips there. Put them out and find what works and reverse engineer that like you're doing now and do more of that. It's very simple.
Yeah. So or if you're doing like statics or whatever, have a template and kind of put them all in there.
Yeah, really, really simple. So quantity over quality. Don't
overthink it.
Don't overthink it. Just put stuff out there, and if something sticks, do more of that. But you've got to put the quantity out in the initial stages to get the learnings.
Yeah.
It's simple. And if anyone tells you any different, sack the juggler or your agency because they're talking utter nonsense.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, right.
I think back in the day it might have been different, but where...
I don't believe it even then, Michael. I'm not having it. I just think the platforms want you to engage with users on the platform. The more content you get put out, the more engagement you get, the more people come back to the platform, the more they prioritise your content over anyone else's. Thanks for coming. Tick for James. Right. Here is two examples, right, over the weekend. Okay, so...
Everybody get your pitchforks.
Went to the garden centre to buy Rupert's memorial tree for my front garden, okay? Been looking for a tree. I found the tree. Japanese maple, ready to rock and roll, right? So a bit of a nice, taking the kids and all that stuff. So picked the tree. There is, I'm telling a story here, Michael.
No, I'm just waiting.
Got the tree, and my son goes, dinner. He's 2.5, so he's like, okay, I want some food, right? Now, this particular garden centre in Stratford, okay, is a nice garden centre, but the food there is really expensive. And I know it's expensive, but it's fine. I'm not going to eat there anyway. So
it has like a cafe like inside of it.
Yeah, every single garden centre does because they're very profitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like B&Q was.
No, not those type of garden centres. Actual garden centres. That's
okay.
a home store.
Not like a home based.
No. That's not a garden centre. Right.
Sorry,
Anyway,
sorry.
so I then go. My daughter has the same. She'll have a sausage sandwich. My son wants beans on toast because it's the only thing that because my daughter's got an egg allergy anyway, right? And then we have 2 coffees. I go to the front desk, and there's a young lad there. I've seen him there before, and
Guys.
I know he can't be arsed, right? But as I said in my last clip, I get it, right? I've been there. We've all been there in jobs when you're sort of late teens, early 20s, and you're doing it, and you don't really want to, but you need enough money to go out on the weekend and have a few beers, right? Or whatever.
For everyone in your comments, James has worked.
I have actually worked, yeah, and actually I've probably done a lot more work in the early stage of my life than a lot of you not listening. So just a little F1. Honestly, I said to you, didn't I? I used to clean taxis in the day, do the radio at night. So that was literally from 12 till probably 3 or 4 in the morning. So yeah, I've done my dues. Woolies, Asda, doing the trolleys, the lot. So eat me. Right, so
Kid who can't be bothered on the till.
So this lad, so I go up and I say, have 2 coffees, can I have a children's sausage sandwich? We don't do children's size. Okay, fine, just sausage sandwich, fine. Although no kid is going to eat a full adult size sausage sandwich. So you know you're going to spend money and half it's going to be wasted, but it is what it is. And then I say, can I have kids' beans on toast? He said, oh yeah, it's fine. So we put it on the till. And he went, oh, that's £20.90p. And I've gone, how much, mate? I was like, so someone's doing all right here. Like, making a joke because it's a lot of money for essentially 4 items, 2 of which are coffee.
Set the price, does it?
No. So, have a bit of banter with him because it's funny that he's just done me for 20 quid because I've asked for 4 items. Fine. I then go back to sit down. I look at the menu because I'm like, how's that worked out nearly 21 quid? It's a lot of money. So I've looked at it and I've gone, the coffee is normal coffee. Wherever you go in the UK, it's around the same price. But there's no beans on toast on the menu. So I've gone, where's this then? So then I did ask him for a receipt because I knew I was going to look. So I was like, that's a bit expensive. That. So I looked in there and it says beans on toast, 6 quid. I'm like, £6 for a child's beans on toast. I then look at the menu, and for a child's full breakfast, like, a full English breakfast for a child, and a drink and something else, it's £5.95. So I'm like, of which there's beans and toast, obviously including that. So I'm like, he either can't be arsed. So I went back up to the till. I said, you're right, mate, just quickly. I said, the full English here for kids, it's a kid's little breakfast, it's £5.95. And you get that, I think it was a tourist in or some colouring stuff, and a fruit juice. I said, the only thing I'm not having on mine is basically I need the protein, which is the most valuable thing on the breakfast, and I get enough for this, and I've been charged more. Like, is there anything you can do? And this is honestly his response. I went to the manager, and I went, oh, no, I'm not saying you are, mate. It's just like, storms off and gets this woman. She's like, you care? I said, no, it's fine. I'm just saying, I've just been charged 6 quid for a beans and toast. Here's the receipt. But it's for my son who's 2.5, by the way. And you get all this for £5.95. She went, oh, here's a fruit shoe. And I'm thinking, oh, look, fine. Look, it's sort of true. But the way he stormed off at the back and went through the thing, obviously, to tell all his mates, because, again, that's what they do, these children. I thought, you cheeky git, right? So I sat back down and I've gone, I'm not eating here again. I go to the garden centre a lot, but I'm not eating here. Every time I come here, the food's either not great, which I'm not expecting a Michelin star, but it's, when you pay for something, you're like, well, I knew this wasn't going to be very good. Yeah. But it is. Fine. So I probably won't eat it.
It's like when you go to the zoo or something, yeah.
You're getting overcharged and it's not going to be the greatest. Yeah, so it's one of those. But on average, it's okay. But 21 quid, it ain't okay. So I was like, okay, fine. So he gets in a grumble. So that was Saturday, okay? On Sunday, I needed to get a trellis for the front of my house for one of my climbers, right? Yeah. This is such an adult conversation. And get the trellis, get all my little things.
Is this a different garden centre or did you go somewhere
This is home base, actually, now. I'm in home base, okay? So I'm in home base, B&Q. So I'm in home base. And they've the Leamington one, they've changed it all. So when you go to a store and you know everything is. So I'm in there with my son, who's 2.5, and he's wrecking the place. I'm like, oh, where are these bloody drills and all the rest of it? Just a quick FYI for B&Q. You've made your screw section and nails very complicated. Do you want to make whoever signed it off at head office sack the juggler? start again because it's very complicated, and I would say I'm not an idiot in that place. So buy all my stuff, trellis, and then as I'm buying it, I said to the lady, "Oh, can I also grab 2 rolls of turf out the front?" Okay, which is £6 each, because my neighbours have going on over my little thing. So another bugbear in my life. So I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll dig it out and I'll quickly put it. So my next door's other half, who unfortunately she's not the greatest driver, she can see that I'm trying to do that, so she won't go over my lawn, which is fair. So there's an old lady was serving me, and she asked to.
There's nothing to scan.
Well, there's nothing to scan because they're just outside. So she asked the young lad who was doing the South till, where is it? And he spoke to her quite rudely, actually, a bit of an attitude, like as if she should know. And I was like, come on, mate, if that was your nan or my nan, we'd be a little bit annoyed about that. So she's only asking. You can clearly see it's a new till. She's trying to figure it out. And he said, oh, it's £3. I was like, oh, great, 50% off, so £6 there. That'll save me from yesterday. I'm up here. So she puts it through the till, and she doesn't. So I pay it, and I look at the receipt quickly, which I'm now doing anyway, and there was no discount. It was £6 each. So I said, oh, you haven't put the discount in? She's like, oh, I'm sorry. So I said, no, it's fine. 13 minutes it took her to figure it out, and she had to get someone over. But because throughout that 13 minutes, she was like, I'm so sorry about this. I said, oh, no, it's absolutely fine. You know, and she was actually communicating with me, actually having a conversation. You know, she was trying to scan my son because obviously he's getting irritated at 2.5. That is how you deal with a predicament which is going to annoy a customer. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, people, you can imagine by this point we're 6 deep, you know,
Everyone's
huffing
right.
and puffing.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, it is what it is. And nothing we can do. You know, Rudy's in the, you know, he's not kicking off, but, you know, he's getting agitated. But it's just one of those things. She can't help. She needs someone to come and help her, and we've got to wait for someone. There's nothing any of us can do. Mm-hmm. But again, because she's communicating, she's trying to make light of the situation, I've left there going, it was annoying because it's caught me out of my life. I'm never going to get back. But I'm not annoyed.
It was a positive experience.
It's just a nice experience. Whereas if you go alongside the day before, and all I've said to the lad is, look, you just charged me £6 for kids' beans on toast, and I get this, which is the same. And obviously he's just rung it through the till. I'm not the manager. No, I know you're not.
Yeah, he could have just been like, sorry about that. I need a manager to come and have a look.
Let me speak to Sandra, whatever her
Would have
name
been
is.
easy.
Absolutely easy, rather than just you know, there are 2 parallels there.
Yeah.
And what I was trying to say with the co-op thing is that, and you know, with all of these stores, retail is in a hard place right now because we're shopping online more. These stores are spending money to acquire customers. So let's make that really clear here, though. They're spending money to acquire customers, and a lot of money. If you look at how much money places like B&Q spend on awareness, you know, that garden centre will be spending some money. It won't be anywhere close to B&Q, but they're spending money on probably radio ads or something of that ilk to get me in there and spend money. And they probably cost, you know, to acquire a customer is probably a good few £100. I go in there, have a negative experience, then I leave and I never go back. It's like co-op. I will not spend money in co-op. I probably would have to at some stage.
You won't like it, though.
But it'll annoy me. I'd be like, oh. I didn't. I even went around the shop the other day, and I said, I'm not going to co-op. I'm not going. I drove on my way to go. But again, they've lost a custom there. But they spent all that money to acquire me.
Yeah.
So it's all good and well, you know, people in the comments and TikTok going, they're on minimum wage and all this stuff, and I get it. Like, but we've all been on minimum wage. That's how you start a career. Yeah. Everyone starts a career on the lowest wage possible. That's what the minimum wage is there to do. It's to give you a
jumping off point type thing.
Well, it's there to give you a wage which the government feels is good enough for you to live a okay life. You know, not a great life. I don't live a great life. That's the reality to it. But it's a springboard to then go on further in your career, whether that's in retail, whether that's in, you know, office-based service, whatever it may be. So the fact that people are going there on minimum wage, what do you expect? Minimum wage, minimum output. I think it's bizarre. I think it's so rude.
Because if you don't put that effort in there, you're not going to ever get better than that, are you really?
No, you're absolutely not. I'm. We spoke about this the other day when I rang you on Monday night evening with on Zoom, which was, I can't believe the amount of people that are blaming minimum wage as a reason why people aren't essentially doing their job. And I find it it's quite sad actually when you look at it. If that's the general consensus around this country, I think it's bizarre. Like I said to you before, when I was at Woolies, it was like £1.70 an hour. Now, obviously, with inflation, I get it. But even back then, 20 years ago, I wasn't doing a lot with £1.70 an hour, really. I couldn't go in town because it still wasn't enough money. But I worked, my absolute socks off there on a Wednesday night after college as well. I did the night shift there and I would do all the toys and stuff. So, but you did your job. And when you're on the tills and stuff, you have to just communicate.
Yeah, you're not asking for because a lot of people I think were misconstruing it as they're supposed to, go out of their way to do all this. You weren't asking for anything more than what basic level of communication.
And if I was rude, if anyone's rude to a lot of the, a lot of people are on their phones and stuff, and I get that. And there's the odd occasion that I've been in a supermarket and I'm on the phone because I quickly jumped into something. I'm on the phone to rob the developer or something, and look, and I sort of move to, oh, sorry about this. Yeah, can I just, and there's occasions where. But I think if you're quite open with that, look, I'm sorry about this. I'm just, then it's fine. But if you're doing your weekly shop. You're on the phone, you're sort of like, yeah, whatever, mate. I get that's rude. Totally get it. Actually, just being on your phone, but just, oh, how you doing? Like I said to that girl in the car that day, you okay? No response. That is, I'm sorry, it's unacceptable.
Yeah, somebody in the comments was like, yeah, I doubt she actually didn't say anything. I'm like,
oh, no. She said 0.
That's what I'm saying.
Throughout that experience, 0, and then pushed it across. I'm like, come on, guys. This is. I think it's just simple etiquette. I don't know. Maybe I'm actually.
No, I agree with you because somebody else I think said something like, "Oh well, it's not their job to do all that for you." And I'm like, well, it can't. It's customer service. It's all they were like, why does it all have to be about you? Why should the focus be on you? I'm like, yeah, but that's literally what the job is. Not to be rude and it's not a great job, but it's if people are saying. Oh, why should they put all the focus on you? I'm like, it's customer service.
£12 an hour. £12 an hour they get paid in co-op. I think it is. Don't quote me on that exactly. But it's not, it's not an insignificant amount of money, is it? It's absolutely bizarre. So yes, that was my yin and yang from the weekend. And again, you look at how they've both dealt with that. Polar opposites. One who is a mature, been there, done it, understands what customer service is, and a young lad who doesn't. But look at the two experiences. Chalk and cheese. Chalk and cheese. So there you go.
Shout out to the co-op once again. I think I get it. It's just social media, and it's people love to. That person who used the word whataboutery, I think, is the greatest term I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's very
in the comments where they were someone was like, yeah, but what if this girl was going through blah, blah, blah. And it's yeah, but you could do that all day. You could be like, oh, anyone who's ever rude, 3 weeks ago, they stood their toe. It's
not that this is any, but I remember when I split with my first girlfriend, and I know this is off topic massively, really, but I remember going into work the next day at... Maybe it was Asda. It was Asda, yeah, because actually I was in the pizza counter at the back. Again, I've been there. And I remember being there.
One of the hairnets back then.
No, you didn't have to wear those.
Oh. Back in the day.
No. I wore a hat. You have to wear a hat. It was like a little hat. But I remember going into work. It was the morning shift because I had to get there for 6, finish at 12 and then rush to football when I was playing at home. Because I couldn't do away games. So I remember going to work and essentially sobbing like a child in that store. But I was there, doing what I was paid to do, which is serve customers. Yet, suddenly the world's falling apart because you and your first girlfriends are split up. You have to get on with it. So the whataboutery, I get it, but that's what makes us who we are. So yeah,
life, isn't it?
It is anyway. Right, off that. Any marketing you've seen this week? Any marketing? Any marketing that has piqued your interest this week, Michael?
I think you probably. Sometimes I send them to the fake marketer so I can remember to talk about them.
What, on Instagram or
TikTok? I saw. Did you see this guy?
A to B payments.
We have this discussion before, where we talk about like, does doing this sort of marketing when you're a business like this actually work? But
Yeah.
I still thought it was entertaining. So
Go on.
Matt thought that was funny. What was the other way around?
What if it was the other way around and he's doing a handstand?
Yeah,
So, like, they do like these sort of things, and like part of me thinks like, will this get them more customers for whatever they do? Probably not. But I also, they do just some like these videos where they go around like the
This is
office.
Ellie. She's 35.
I'm not 35, I'm 28.
And she is taking over the social media whilst I go on holiday.
So I love these, and I would love you to do one for me.
I just like, yeah, there was some other one where they did like all the team I think it was this one where they were like went round and
I'm at a island.
I work in onboarding. I work in onboarding.
I do pricing and a bit of customer services too.
I think she's the wife of the guy who's the director, so
Okay.
it's like sleeping with the director on it. I'm like, it's a kind of better way to do the sort of meet the team type thing.
A lot of brands are doing this, which is like, pulling the curtain out, pulling the curtain to and like go looking through. And obviously we're doing it with Rupert, and we get really good feedback on the vlogs, by the way, as you well know. People think, although I did have some interesting feedback from friends at a barbecue this weekend, which says I'm a miserable git. And I said, well, that is unfortunately my life, lad, so welcome. Do I think it works? I think it does work.
That's what I mean. I'm torn because part of me, I get the argument that it's like you might, because that one of him getting smacked has 971,000 views and 101,000 likes. So it's more sort of awareness, and it's not probably going to get them. But I think it's better than. It's like you can tell whoever's behind this account actually does have a sense of humor, and they're actually like, it's not just, you can tell sometimes where it's like corporate and they're going like, this is a trend, so we're going to make people laugh. I actually like these guys, but
Yeah,
I'm torn.
I think it's great. I think it's very good for internal as well, teams to, like we quite like the fake marketer, don't we? This podcast, I think it's a nice little side gig that we sort of try and outbeat ourselves every week with clips and stuff. So I think from an internal perspective, in terms of morale, I think it's good. Does it produce outcomes in terms of revenue? I think if you kiss enough frogs, I think you'll strike lucky on a few of them.
If people remember who did the thing, it might work like a sort of, you remember the name if you're ever thinking of something, I don't know.
Yeah, no, there is that, absolutely.
I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. Like a lot, I think the videos are funny, and I'm just like, they're doing better than.
The behind the scenes stuff is very on trend at the moment. Salt, Pure Sports, Gymshark are doing a little bit more, but there's tons of examples. Carrie at an agency over at Rise at 7. A lot of brands are doing it.
To make them more like relatable.
Yeah, more relatable and coming on for the journey and all that stuff. Whereas these guys are just taking the out themselves really, which is good. Will it help with conversions? I think it will help with actual people that are in their funnel that are ready to purchase. So actually, these are relatable.
I would have put your website in your bio because there's no way to find any of these.
Yeah, true. What I would also do is for customers, for retention, I think it works as well. Because these guys did like a yearly, like we used to take everyone to the races, because you like spending time with clients. The more friendly you are with them, the less they are likely to churn and move away to competitors. I think from a retention perspective, if you use Ellie as an example, let's say she's does account management and all of her conversations are, I've seen your other video. That's a good retention tool. So I think actually there's a couple of ways to play it. From a pure BDM perspective, in terms of getting lead through the door, I don't think it's as worthwhile as people would think because we've had 1 million views.
Yeah.
Again.
Most people, because I don't even know what they do. I see a car down there, so is it some sort of like...
No, A to B payments. I'm assuming they're like a transaction, like a...
A to B
Payment solutions, yes, they'll do They'll do like online payments from, and
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like, again, I'm one of the people who saw it, thought it was funny, but I've not took it any further
No.
than that. So yeah, it's interesting.
no, I like it.
I still don't know really where I land on it because it's like, could you get 100? You could probably get 100 views and like talk to the actual right people and make more off it.
Well, that, Michael, is where marketing is
tricky,
is,
isn't it?
is tricky and interesting. So yeah, no, I like that. That's good little
Yeah.
piece of marketing this week. I've got nothing for you this week.
That's all right. You've been
I got 0.
busy boy.
Yeah, I have actually been really busy.
You've been on TikTok replying to all these comments most of the
I did one evening. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, I
Did,
just, I think have you given up replying to those people?
oh yeah, I had my fun.
Fought the good fight.
No, I wanted to.
I replied to a few today, but
Did you?
yeah,
No,
not a lot. But
we've stagnated at 55,000 views.
I think you're kind of getting like the same.
Yeah, like
Replies,
it's
no.
their on minimum wage. I know.
Yeah,
I
we're
know.
getting like the customers on the phone.
Yeah,
It's
so
the
cheers
same.
for
It's a lot.
cheers for telling us the obvious.
Oh, and whoever that person was that commented on the other fake market one and just tagged in some person that they clearly know who they are that looks like me.
Yeah, but that was class.
Yeah, but it was hurtful. 'Cause I wanted to go on it and be like offended, but then I was like, oh, it just actually can't.
Right. Anyway, that's another episode done. Nick's not here this week because he's picking up his sister's dog from Oxford Services at 6 o'clock, which is right now.
Episode like 114 or something.
What this is?
I think so.
Is it actually? Wow. At least we're consistent.
Oh, another like.
Might be but we're consistent.
Just got a TikTok like. Shout out.
Yeah, a lot of those. A lot of those. Anyway, Michael, see you next week, sir. And everyone, thank you so much for listening.